The year 2025 has begun with a renewed chill in Canada-US relations. The once amicable neighbors are now at odds, and the tension is palpable. This time, the source of tension isn't diplomatic or political, but economic. The stakes are higher than ever, affecting industries and economies on both sides of the border. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced retaliatory tariffs on $155 billion worth of U.S. goods. This bold move aims to protect Canadian interests and send a strong message to Washington. This aggressive move is a direct response to President Donald Trump's decision to impose a 25% tariff on a range of Canadian imports. The tit-for-tat measures have escalated quickly. The tariff battle, reminiscent of the trade spats of the early 2000s, has raised concerns about a potential trade war between the two closely integrated economies. Experts warn that this could lead to long-term economic damage. The economic standoff has significant implications for businesses and consumers on both sides of the border. Prices are expected to rise and supply chains could be disrupted. Canadian businesses are grappling with the increased costs of U.S. imports. Many are worried about their ability to stay competitive in a strained market. American exporters are facing the prospect of losing access to a critical market for their goods. The uncertainty is causing anxiety among business owners and workers alike. The situation is fluid, with neither side showing signs of backing down. As the world watches, the outcome of this trade war could reshape the economic landscape for years to come. To understand Canada's retaliatory tariffs, we need to rewind to the policies of former President Donald Trump. Throughout his presidency, Trump championed protectionist trade policies. He argued that these policies were necessary to protect American jobs and industries from unfair foreign competition. In 2023, Trump's administration imposed a 25% tariff on various Canadian goods, including steel, aluminum, and lumber. These tariffs, met with strong condemnation from the Canadian government, were widely seen as a direct attack on the Canadian economy. Canada, heavily reliant on trade with the United States, felt the impact immediately. Canadian businesses faced higher costs for American goods. This in turn put pressure on Canadian consumers. Canada's response to Trump's tariffs has been strategic and measured. Instead of implementing sweeping tariffs on all U.S. goods, Canada carefully selected specific products. The first phase of Canada's counter-tariffs, valued at $30 billion, targets a wide array of U.S. products. These goods fall into several key categories. Agricultural products like poultry, meat, and dairy are heavily targeted. This is likely a strategic move to pressure American farmers. Processed foods, including sauces, soups, and prepared meals, also face tariffs. This category impacts a broad range of American food manufacturers. Beverages like beer, wine, and spirits are included in the list. This targets a significant portion of the American beverage industry. Section 4. Consumer impacts, rising prices, and shifting choices. The immediate impact of the trade dispute is being felt by consumers on both sides of the border, affecting their daily lives and shopping habits. In Canada, prices for American-made goods have risen significantly, making everyday items more expensive. This is a direct result of the tariffs, which act as an additional tax on imported products, increasing costs for both retailers and consumers. Canadian consumers are now faced with the difficult choice of absorbing these higher costs or seeking out alternative products that might be more affordable. Some consumers may choose to absorb the higher prices, particularly for essential goods that they cannot do without. Others may opt to reduce their consumption of American products, turning to domestic alternatives or imports from other countries to save money. This shift in consumer behavior could have a significant impact on American businesses that rely on the Canadian market, potentially leading to reduced sales and economic challenges. Section 5. The future of trade. Uncertainty and potential for resolution. The future of Canada-US trade relations remains uncertain, with many variables at play. The current tariff battle could escalate, leading to a full-blown trade war, affecting various sectors. This scenario would have far-reaching consequences for both economies, impacting industries and consumers alike. It could disrupt supply chains, stifle economic growth, and lead to significant job losses across multiple sectors. However, there is still hope for a negotiated settlement that could benefit both nations. Both countries have a strong incentive to maintain their close economic ties and avoid further conflict. Canada and the United States have a long history of resolving trade disputes through dialogue and compromise, setting a precedent for future negotiations. The current situation, while challenging, presents an opportunity for both countries to re-engage in constructive negotiations and find a mutually beneficial path forward, ensuring stability and growth.